Just over 4 months ago, my wife and I were married. In the months leading up to our wedding, we closely watched the RSVPs coming in to see who would be there to celebrate with us. As I looked through the list of people coming, I saw a list of the people who I care about, who care about me, a collection of friends from kindergarten and more recent friends and family, those who have cared for me my whole life. I scrolled through the list of names. Some had check marks telling me that they will be attending the wedding. Others have X's. They will not be able to make it. And still others had question marks. These are the dreaded people who had not yet RSVP'd. I stop on the name Morty Burstein. Besides his name lies a large question mark. Morty Burstein is my mom's maiden name, and Morty is my mom's father, my grandfather. And Morty died this past December. A year and a half ago, his voice jumped with excitement when I told him I was engaged. Less than a year ago, he put the save the date on his fridge. And in December, he left this world. Looking back on the RSVP list, I wondered what to do with the entry for Morty Burstein. Do I delete it because I know he will never RSVP? Do I put an X next to his name because he will not need a chair to sit in, nor will he be eating dinner? Do I put a check mark because I know I carry him within me, and I know he'll be on all of our minds? Or do I leave the question mark because I cannot bear to delete his name, and it feels like taking any action is too much? Maybe the question mark best represents where I am. It represents me holding it all, holding the space in between the full presence of a check and the complete absence of the X. I can imagine this ambiguity and the sharp pain are present for the death of a parent, a child, a husband, a wife, a partner, a sister, a brother, a child, a close friend, a beloved. But I have no idea what each of you are feeling. The people we love are always present, and often we feel their absence profoundly. For me, it was a wedding, but I know on a birthday, anniversary, festive meal, or holiday, you may look out and see a chair that's empty where it used to hold the person you love. I invite you to take yourself to that place. Imagine sitting around your table or your couch, or wherever you feel your beloved's absence. Picture how they are sitting. What would they be saying? Feel their presence. Take a moment to be with them. I'd like to welcome you back from your journey with your loved one and into the journey of this long day. Yom Kippur, in a way, recalls the path of loss and grief. The customs of Yom Kippur mirror those of mourning. We refrain from many of the comforts of life. Instead of concern for our appearance, we focus inwardly. We journey to temple and back home. We linger. Sometimes we feel hunger pangs. Other times we forget about it. Because grief is a winding journey, a mix of moving forward, moving backward, and standing still. Yom Kippur is full of symbolism, but like the check mark, X, and question mark on an RSVP list, 3 symbols encapsulate the day for me. They are fasting, vidui, and the shofar. Fasting. Whether or not you're able to fast, it's hard to deny the associations of fasting with Yom Kippur. More than fasting, today we deny ourselves perfumes and anointments, leather and other comforts. Yom Kippur is a day of feeling the pain of what it is to be human, including the grief of losing a loved one. Vidui, a confession. We name our sins in asking for forgiveness, but these sins are in the plural. Whether or not you as an individual committed the sin, we all ask for forgiveness because our lives are tied to each other. And that's what we're doing here together right now. In this moment of grief, we gather in community. We lessen our pain by sharing it with others. And finally, shofar. We blow the shofar every day in the month leading up to Rosh Hashanah as an alarm clock to remind us that the high holidays are coming and we need to get ready. We end Yom Kippur, we end today with the shofar's blast. The shofar symbolizes time. As Rosh Hashanah nears every summer, I wish I had more time to get ready, more time to write sermons. But I know I can do nothing to delay time's approach. And so it is with grief. Time is totally out of our control. We may wish to go back in time, to get one more moment with a loved one, to ask one more question, to say I love you one more time. But we can't. We may wish for time to speed up, to put some distance between us and our loss. But it won't. Time may heal, but no one knows how much time it will take. Fasting, the vidui, and the shofar each symbolize aspects of our experience with loss and grief, and of Yom Kippur. If today only included the shofar, but no confession or fasting, we would not be representing the whole experience. And that's the wisdom that Yom Kippur can teach us right now. Grief, like Yom Kippur, is many things at once. It is the shofar, the confession, and the fasting. It is sadness, pain, laughter, blandness, community, loneliness, and more. Sometimes one piece rises above the others. Sometimes it's time to blow the shofar, and sometimes it's time to confess. It is all true at once. Whatever you are feeling is right. My grandfather was with me on my wedding day, and he was strikingly absent. Those are both true at once. I bless each of us this afternoon with the permission to feel whatever you are feeling, with moments of freedom mixed in with moments of bitter grief, and with the love and support of your community.